Hey guys, I'm back doing another Wind Archer video because on this video, my first attempt of my Wind Archer, I got a lot of feedback, a lot of helpful tips in the YouTube comments and through Discord DMs. And so this was my previous run on April 4th. I was around 524. I used about, I think, almost 20 PEs in this run. And this run today that I'm showing you is from today, April 8th. And I incorporated the tips that I got from the DMs and from the YouTube comments, and I was able to shave off 1.5 minutes of my time and use, I think, a total of 3 PEs. So I'll take you through what the changes were and how they're going to help you as a Wind Archer solo Magnus and have a lot smoother runs and save a lot of PEs. So the first change that I made was I took off Spiral Vortex and I went fully Song of Heaven, and this allowed me to add in Urta's Stun, Urta's Nova, I think it's called. You can see it on my skill wheel right there. I used it right at the beginning of the fight to basically get as much uptime as possible. You see I'm already chunking them down really quickly, and it allowed me to get my Typhoon up and allowed it to hit Magnus as often as possible. You see here I'm changing to Mini Blade again. I put my Typhoon down right here just so that I could get as much uptime as possible when Hard Magnus is in that position. And you notice right there is the next change I made, and which is what the tips I've been getting on Discord. In my previous video, I said Wind Archers don't have any iframes, and I was corrected that they do. And it's when you Monsoon, when you cast Monsoon, your 170 hyper, you actually are immune. It's actually an iframe during the cast time, which is a huge benefit because not only is it an iframe, but it's also on a short 30-second cooldown, which lines up consistently with dashes. So you see right there, I Monsoon right when he does his dash, it immunes it, and I was able to stick on the boss, and it allows me to just stay in the force field a lot, avoid that dot damage where I used to take it, where I was going in and out of the force field, and it allows me to minimize the amount of PEs that I use. So you see, Magnus is about 2 to 3 rotations in already, and I'm already chunking him down to 40%. And one of the things that I tried to emphasize was, like I mentioned, making sure that Typhoon is hitting Hard Magnus as much as possible. I realize it's obviously a huge DPS boost, and in my previous video, my previous attempts, I was running all over the place and the Typhoon just was going in the wrong direction and just wasn't hitting Hard Magnus. So I tried to make sure I had it up as much as possible. Even if I put it down early here, it makes sure that I'm still getting ticks in, and during this phase, it's on top of him as much as possible. And so far, I've only used 1 PE, and it just is such a big help that I want to thank the Discord community, the Mabel community, a lot teaching me and telling me about this Monsoon iframe, because it really made this run a lot smoother. And just avoiding that dash or just having it as a last resort is just a game changer, honestly. And you can see by my time and how much smoother this run actually is. And in the previous rotations, I was using Monsoon when he was spinning, but it looks like it's slightly off cooldown yet, so I'm actually going to save it for a rainy day, which is going to come up right here where I wanted to avoid that orb, and the dash sequence got messed up, so I used Monsoon right there to avoid the dash. So just another way, instead of, if you want to avoid the spins, you want to avoid the dash, iframe, using Monsoon properly and timing it properly just has a huge benefit. And it looks like I'm going to finish him off right here. I stun him, which is a great time. Even though it's on a 3-minute cooldown, I'm able to use it twice. And I thought I was going to down him earlier. I took the Heaven's Door, thank goodness, and I was able to down him right here. And so in my previous video, 4 days ago only, I was at 5:30 on my time, and check out the time this time. 3:45. I only used 3 PEs. Thank you so much for all the tips. I hope this helps you on your Wind Archer runs, and I'll see you guys next time.